Hello, this is Brendon Walsh with another fun and informative George Washington Q&A. I'll be answering any of your questions right here on Periscope, where you can ask me directly. No moderators, no engineers. It's just you and me and my knowledge of George Washington. As always, please keep the questions respectful. Do not try to be funny. If you try to be funny, you will be banned and your account will be blocked. So let's get this started. I guess we can start with a question. If anybody has a George Washington question. Did George Washington play any sports? Yep. George Washington was... I don't know why. George Washington. How's that light? Let's see. Maybe that's a good light. This is all new to me here. I have to work all the equipment myself. Let me see if I can adjust the light. Yes, George Washington was very athletic. He is said to have taken part in almost every single sport in his day. Among those not mentioned previously in my Q&As, he excelled in archery, fencing, hunting, swimming, and wrestling. If billiards can be classified as a sport, he was also known to be a little bit of a pool shark. So thank you for that question. I lost... I didn't see your account, but if I could, I would give you a star next to your... Okay, Terry Greenbeans. That's a good question there. George Washington, did he have any hobbies? He did like hunting, farming, and breeding dogs. And I have answered that question in the past. So if you're a returning George Washington head, please keep in mind that a lot of people might have been at some of my other Q&As, so let's try not to ask too many repeat questions. Okay, I don't understand. This is Crystal Muff. Yes, take notes. It'll be good. If you want to, you can keep track of the questions asked. Okay, Terry Greenbeans. Okay, now your account is no more questions from you because I've made it clear in the past we're not going to have any drug, humor, any kind of disrespectful questions, and trying to be funny is not, we're not going to tolerate anything like that. So that's okay. You can just, there's no more questions from you. Okay, did George Washington eat green beans? He liked a lot of food, so I feel like you're trying to be funny. Let me write that. Holiday. Okay, so we don't work on a strike system, so you are not allowed to ask any more questions, so please stop. Get off the feed, and I will start making a list here in my notes, and so we'll keep track of. Okay, and this is Holidays 1111. You are banned because I know you're trying to be funny. That's Holidays 1111. That question's been answered a ton of times. Okay, how can we stop the questions from coming up? Okay, I don't want the people who are... We're going to have to do a self-policing until I figure out this medium. So, George Washington, somebody referred to him as Old Georgie. Okay, will we be referring to him as President Washington or George Washington? Okay, George's favorite, Adam Sandler. Okay, who is that? Okay, whoever asked that question, don't ask any more questions. You're banned. Okay, GW, we don't answer. I don't know what a lamb cam is, so you get out of the feed. Okay, Brody Marino, that's a 30-day. Your account is blocked for 30 days. Okay, and the teeth, we're not answering any more teeth questions because we've answered that. And you're trying to be funny. Are those all George Washington research books? We're not asking questions about anything about the books behind me. Only questions about George Washington, our first president. Okay, listen, Egg Lester. It's, I've already said this. It's George Washington or President Washington. And no, that's a stupid question. He was married to Martha Washington. He did not marry Betsy Ross. Although I could see that the confusion there because Betsy Ross, now I don't mean to sidetrack from a George Washington Q&A, but Betsy Ross was, she invented the first American flag. Was George Washington a narcissist? I mean, that seems like a disrespectful question. I mean, he was a great man. He was very successful in his day. I'm not going to... Did George Washington laugh a lot? Yes, he loved to laugh. How would you describe... Okay, now GW, I'm not answering any questions unless he's referred to as President Washington or George Washington. What was George Washington doing in that boat? That's a stupid question. Are George Washington and Abe Lincoln friends in heaven? That's a stupid question. Do not ask any more questions. Did our first president invent anything? No, he wasn't an inventor. He was George Washington. George Washington didn't have a middle name. I've been over this a bunch of times. George Washington's favorite type of drink. I've covered this. Let's get... George Washington made whiskey. Did he invent peanut butter? Okay, get out of here. I think that person has asked questions. If somebody else can keep track of the accounts asking disrespectful questions and trying to be funny, if you could alert me, alert me if a banned account is trying to ask a question until I can figure out how to block them from asking questions on my own. How is it true that W and George W. Bush asked for what? Okay, this is not... Can somebody help me, please? What made George Washington try to fly a kite? That was Ben Franklin. That George Washington didn't fly a kite in a thunderstorm. Okay, now this... Okay, Matt Gibb 13. Okay, Matt Gibb 13. That's... We're not ask... I'm gonna ask you to not ask any more questions. And I'm gonna try and stop you from asking questions. What was George Washington's political party? He didn't have a political party. Did old George... Okay, Crystal Muff. Okay, Crystal Muff has been banned already. And I'm not answering this question because you are also banned. Okay, now these are moving too fast. Hold on. Okay, let's see. I'm just going to pick some of the more respectful questions. Okay, let's see. Okay, okay, now this is a good question from Anthony Leone 5. Can you summarize George Washington's farewell address? And yes, he... In George Washington's farewell address, he argues that the country should avoid permanent alliances with all foreign nations, although temporary alliances during times of extreme danger may be necessary. He states that current treaties should be honored, but not extended. So, in summary, he's saying that, let's just kind of take things as they come and don't lock yourself in any weird rules, especially with foreigners. Let's see. Was President Washington in love with Benedict Arnold? Okay, look, now I know how to stop these questions and train. The Top Chef is now banned. The Top Chef. Okay, now you're banned. So I'm going to scroll through at my leisure now, and now I'll know if you're asking a stupid question. Why did George Washington tell people he was an architect? Okay, that didn't happen. And that's also somebody trying to be funny. Don S. Buenos. Okay. Now you see, folks, this, I hope you're getting this all out of your system, because all these people that are trying to be funny and asking disrespectful questions are not going to be here next time, because I'm making a list, and the next Q&A that I do, I will block these accounts before the Q&A starts, and then you won't be able to ask your stupid questions and ruin the Q&A for everybody else. So, okay, you're already banned. Somebody wants to be banned, so I'm not going to ban you. What was President George Washington's relationship? Okay, that's a stupid question. Let's see. Okay, you're already banned. Great stick. I don't even know what that means. I'm going to ban that account. Okay. Now, we could save a lot of time if all the idiots on here would just remove themselves, and then we could get to some real questions, because you're getting yourselves blocked anyway, so there's no point in even trying to ask another stupid question, because now that I have control of how fast the questions go, I can read them. I'm not going to read the stupid questions, and you're not even going to hear your dumb fucking questions. So, pardon my French. You're not going to hear your disrespectful question if I don't read it. George Washington. Okay, let's see. George Washington didn't necessarily wear a wig at Shroom Factory. You know, this is I have an idea. Why don't you guys do one of those online comedy shows if you want to try and be funny? Because this isn't the place to do it. And guess what? I'm not seeing anything funny. Did he have a dog in the white? Yeah, George Washington liked to breed dogs. I've already made myself clear on that. There's tons of, I don't know why I'm getting the same questions about George Washington. There's more to the first president about what he ate and what hobbies he had. You're not helping me. This Terry Greenbeans. Does anybody know how to work Periscope? Because I want to get this Terry Greenbeans guy out. I want him to stop posting things in here. Okay, egg lister. This egg lister. No, I can't see. God damn it. I can't see the fuck. Okay, egg lister is banned. Because this is too many. You get one question, okay? Where are the questions now? I don't see them. Okay, now I don't. Somebody ask a question, please. Why don't I see the fucking questions? God. Oh, here they are. Okay. Let's see. Okay, what other things? Okay, here we go. Holiday. You're already banned. If I banned you already, stop posting questions. What? President George Washington makes so much money. I'm not answering that question. There's too many question marks. You're trying to be stupid. Ask if... Who is Mary Ball Washington? You're banned already. Shroom Factory's banned. Okay, palette. Okay, I'm doing a new thing. This is on Periscope now. So I have to work out the bugs to get rid of people asking stupid questions. I'm just trying. Now, does anybody go on the Mount Vernon George Washington Q&As and behave this way? I doubt it. Now, I'm getting the same people asking stupid questions. Can I get some regular questions, please, from normal people? Okay, 3 more stupid questions and I'm ending the Q&A. Did George Washington have a favorite holiday location? Judging by the way you spell favorite, only questions from America, please. Okay, figure out how to block people. Okay, well, since that's the closest thing, did George Washington have a favorite holiday location? Translation for the people who live in the USA, what this person is asking is where George Washington liked to take his vacations. And we all know that it's in Mount Vernon. Okay, Players Ball is banned. I'm not answering. I'm not reading that question. So don't ask any more questions here. Okay, Bishop at Home, banned. You're not getting under my skin, so you can waste your time all you want because you're not wasting my time anymore. Alan Gormican. Okay. Well, I hope you liked reading your own question because nobody else is going to see it. Okay. You can remove yourself. I'm going to... God damn it, how do I get this? Where are the questions now? I don't see them. Fuck. Where... Okay, here we go. All right. Okay. Oh, well, you got a few good ones in there. Trying to get... Okay. Mr. McQuinn is banned. Well, I'll just save this recording. That's what I'm going to do. So, all you jokers who've posted stupid questions and tried to ruin my George Washington Q&A, you failed because I did answer some pretty good questions this time. And all the idiots who were trying to ruin it, you didn't ruin it. And guess what? I'm saving this recording, and then I could go through and write down all the accounts that are acting stupid. And when I do the next one, you're all going to be pre-banned. So you won't be able to come in here. You're going to have to go start your own Periscope. And you can ask each other dumb questions and get your jollies that way. Okay. That's... All right, let's see. It's nobody's business what happened to my neck in an accident, and that you're trying to be funny, judging by your Twitter name. Okay, we're going to... I don't know how to keep the questions up here. Okay, I might need to get a moderator. If nobody that's here right now, I'll get somebody to moderate this in the future, because this is kind of a lot of... It's a lot to keep track of. Okay. Okay, you're already banned. Oh. Muted. Oh, I can mute people. Okay. Here we go. Terry Greenbeans. Muted by moderator. Let's see. Okay, let's see what this one is. This looks like a smart ass. Okay, let's see if you want to get yourself muted. George Washington prefer a Fabian strategy of lightning fast attacks and immediate retreat. Okay, I assume this is about his approach to battle. George Washington had a it's the Fabian strategy is an approach to military operations where one side avoids large pitched battles in favor of smaller harassing actions in order to break the enemy's will to keep fighting and wear them down through attrition. So George Washington, I mean, you obviously know the answer because you're asking, you basically have the answer in your question. But George Washington, although he lacked a formal military education, a lot of people don't know that, General George Washington was familiar with Fabius's example, which he referred to as a war of posts. So lots of people didn't know that. And moreover, the hit and run tactics of Fabius were similar to those used by Native Americans in the 17th century and were commonly employed by American militia during the French and Indian War. So during the War of Independence, like most generals, Washington aspired to follow Hannibal's example and win a decisive victory over the British in one grand battle. So, yes, he employed that. To answer your question, that's okay, I won't mute you. Okay, Maddie J. Tennis, muted. Let's see. Now, how do I get... Okay, I can't see the... God damn it. Okay, we're going to have to get back to... George Washington never argue with his wife. It's a stupid question. You're already banned. Okay, we're going to stop. Thanks, everybody, for this. Okay, Brother Eric. Okay, you're welcome. I wish there would be a little more moderation here, but we'll figure this out, folks. Thanks a lot for joining this edition of Brendon Walsh's George Washington Q&As. I will be back very soon, and we're going to streamline this, and we're going to get into some longer form questions, and I'm going to be giving I'll be giving a lecture. We'll be incorporating lectures and speeches, and then maybe even bring some people in to discuss some facts about George Washington. So we'll have some guests, and then I'm working out with some sponsors, and we'll have some George Washington trivia and a George Washington game show. So keep coming back. Be sure to follow me on Twitter, and set yourself for alerts for future upcoming George Washington Q&As. Thank you, and everybody stay safe. Wash your hands. Try to stay inside. This has nothing to do with George Washington. I just feel like it is my social duty to tell you that you should stay inside and wear a mask, and practice social distancing, and you should wash your hands. I think you're still supposed to wash your hands and sing, I think, for 20 seconds. So check that out. Put on the news. Stay updated locally because I'm sure it depends where you live. There's probably different rules. I know we live in Los Angeles here, and you're not supposed to. You're not allowed to go to the beach or anything like that. But there aren't. Okay, we're going to sign out here, and we'll be seeing you very soon. Thank you for joining me, and that's all for now. Thank you. Okay, thanks for... I don't know how to stop it. Let's see here. God damn it. How do you stop this? All right. think. All right. Fucking assholes. What the fuck? I don't know what you get out of it. Trying to fucking do a goddamn Q&A. Alright, I'm finished.
Okay.
A bunch of fucking assholes got on there again and we're trying to be funny and shit.
What were they saying?
Same stupid shit.
Well, I mean, if they're gonna piss you off so much, maybe you shouldn't do it anymore. Is it worth it?
Well, I know that if I can just get the right... If I can... I don't get into a flow. Like, you can't do a Q&A if they don't ask...
You need to appeal to a smarter audience. I think just the people who look at your videos are just kind of stupid or something.
Well, I asked the people on Twitter. Maybe if there's a George Washington Society or something.
Sort of a club or something. I'm sorry.
It's fine. I mean, I got a few good questions in there. But it's just like these... They're probably teenagers. Like those kids that pushed me off my goddamn bike. And my neck's fucking killing me. I mean, I should have... You know, they say don't go outside. I should have stayed inside because then I wouldn't have gotten pushed off my bike.
Well, find those kids and teach them a lesson.
I know who the kids are.
About George Washington. Who are the kids?
What's so funny with you now?
I just saw something funny on my phone. I just remembered it.
It's not funny. They could have broke my neck.
I'm not laughing at what happened to you, honey. I know those young kids are really mean.
They weren't young. They're big. They're like teenagers. All right. Well, I'm going to make some stew or something. Do you want anything to eat?
Yeah, I'll take some stew.
Lamb stew? Okay. Where's the pot? Wait a minute.
What, honey?
Hold on.